Hey guys, Bronco Carl 92 here. Today's project, we're going to take this Thule, I guess, carry-all rack that we have here, and we're going to put these taillights on it because it's just very unnerving when you're riding down the highway and people may not be able to see your taillights because you've got stuff stacked on there. So I had these taillights from a trailer kit that the trailer's never going to be on the road, so they're basically free, I guess. And you got the little wiring harness there. So we'll get started on this in a few minutes. Okay, so what I'm going to do first here is we're going to hook up the wiring harness to the rack itself first before we go about hooking up the lights, or excuse me, mounting the lights. So I've already plugged it into the back of the truck, and the yellow wires go to the left side, and the green wire goes to the right side, and the white one's are ground, and of course there's a brown wire going with each color, and that is for the running light. So there's a little hole right there, the small one, I guess, on the left side, and I've got this zip tie here that has one of these tabs in it that will clip into the metal. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a unibit, and I'm actually going to increase the size of that hole first. We'll stick the zip tie through there, and then we'll route it to either side with the other zip ties we have. Okay, there's that. Okay, so we'll take our wires. You probably want to leave a good tail like that, depending on what vehicle we use it on. Actually, we actually use this on the wife's Yukon. I'll be setting it up on the back of my truck because the truck's here. Goes to the right, yellow goes to the left, and we'll put a ring terminal on here around the rest of this frame. I'm just going to put these zip ties on here loosely until we're completely satisfied that the wires are in the right places with the correct amount of slack. And so there's our wire for our left side, and I'm going to do the right side in a minute. I think right under here, I think I'm going to put maybe right here one, or maybe one and then two of those zip ties with the clips on them. That might make things a little nicer. So turn you back on in a minute. Okay, so we have the wires routed, as you can see. And I'm going to hook up this ground right here to that bolt. So I'll cut this off. And then I have these weatherproof terminals here. Give that a nice solid crimp. So I can trim these off while I'm here. Take much. A little heat. And so we have a good ground. Take a little of the paint off over here. So electricity doesn't flow with paint. Washer. Okay, so here's the lights we're going to put on. Now, if you look at the back of them, you see the bolts are configured left to right, and it's not really going to fit that way, unfortunately. So what I was thinking about doing is mounting it this way. So the bolts would be like that. The only problem with that is the reflectors on the top. So what I did was I took this light apart, and if you look, this piece is just kind of flapping around in there. Put you down. So I was thinking that maybe we could take these out. Whoops. And reconfigure it, I guess, this way somehow. And then have an up and down mounting pattern. Then I noticed that the little ground over here for the side light is not connected anymore, but I think I can put a little jumper wire in there, so let's get these set up to re-drill. Okay, so after taking the lights apart, I actually came up with a different solution. I found this strip of 1/8 inch steel over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a strap that goes across the back here like that, and I'll just notch the metal over here and over here for the bolts to go through, and we'll just bolt it on that way. I think that'll be a little easier. So I'm going to mark this piece and head over to the drill press. Cool. Just need to make one more. Okay, so I've clamped my piece across here, and I'm going to basically mark this out with the drill bit, and then we're going to use a grinder and grind out the metal so we have a little relief for the bolts to come through. So I just want to double check our measurement. 1.5 inches. That's one. Works for me. Okay, so what I've done is I've ran the wire right through the back of the light, and I'm going to make my connections inside so they're a little more waterproof, and I'm going to seal this hole up with some hot glue. Not the prettiest, but it works. Put the strap across here. And our light bulb. Coming out the top. All I gotta do is tighten it up and do the wiring. One thing I did forget to mention is that this plate, these carriage bolts were knurled, and what I did was actually pounded them through and mounted them so the bolts will actually stick into the tail lights, and that way the heads or the nuts, if we were the other way, you know, would cut into my gear and stuff that I put on there. So let me get this side mounted up. Okay, now we have both housings mounted, and all we have to do is just complete the wiring and stick the bulbs in and test it out. Alright, so we finished up. Just have to throw that lens cover on there. Here's the wiring all complete. Maybe I'll shut the lights down so you guys can see the wiring. Yeah, so you can see I used those waterproof butt connectors on there, and everything's good and tight and sealed. There's our rear view. I'll just throw a little paint on them, and I guess that's a wrap. So anyway, from another installment in Bronco Carl's Garage, thanks for watching.